Thanks for joining us every Wednesday for a brand new topic of the week from ImmigraFlow. Today, we're doing a 7-minute deep dive into N-400 success. We're providing a comprehensive guide on taxes and good moral character to ensure your interview goes smoothly. You loved our shorts on IRS tax transcripts, but today, we provide the full checklist you need to avoid a denial. Let's start with documentation. Why is the IRS tax transcript considered the gold standard by USCIS? Unlike a standard tax return, a transcript is what the IRS processed. It's official and hard to dispute. For your N-400, you generally want the tax return transcript for the last 5 years of filing history. While a copy of your 1040 is good, the transcript is the definitive proof that officers actually trust. Officers prefer these because they can quickly verify your income and filing status without questioning the authenticity of a self-prepared return. A major red flag is when your N-400 claims don't match your tax records. The transcript keeps you honest and aligned. Check your filing status. If you filed as head of household when you were married, USCIS will want to know why. Filing incorrectly can be seen as a tax error or a sign of lack of good moral character if done to avoid taxes. Getting them is simple. Head to irs.gov and use the Get Your Tax Record feature. It's the fastest way to prepare. You'll need to verify your identity. If you can't do it online, you can request them by mail, though it takes longer. Now let's talk about good moral character, the broad requirement that ties your taxes, work history, and conduct together. USCIS looks at whether your character measures up to the average standards of the community where you live. One of your biggest worries is tax debt. Does owing money mean you lack good moral character? Not necessarily. The key is having a plan. If you owe taxes, you must show you're in an IRS-approved payment plan and making on-time payments. Ideally, bring proof of at least 3 consecutive on-time payments. This shows a commitment to your financial responsibilities. Bank statements or IRS payment receipts are excellent evidence. They prove that you are actively resolving your debt. Next, let's address employment gaps. Many applicants fear that being unemployed will trigger a GMC denial. Being out of work is not a disqualifier. Life happens, layoffs, career changes, or taking time for family are all valid. The real risk isn't the gap itself, it's trying to hide it. Dishonesty on your N-400 is a direct hit to your good moral character. Whether you were a student, a stay-at-home parent, or actively looking for work, these are all acceptable and common situations. The officer might ask how you supported yourself. Be ready with practical answers, savings, spouse's income, or family help. If possible, bring simple documentation like a bank statement or a letter of support to provide context for your situation. Now, let's put it all together into a step-by-step checklist for your interview day, specifically for tax and character evidence. Item 1. Bring printed IRS tax transcripts for the last 5 years. Don't rely on digital copies, have them physical and ready. Item 2. If you have a payment plan, bring the official notice from the IRS confirming the agreement is active. Item 3. Recent payment history. Bank statements or IRS receipts showing you are current on that agreement. Item 4. If your filing status has changed, like moving from single to married filing jointly, bring your marriage certificate. When you present these, do so calmly. Confidence comes from being organized and knowing your documents are accurate. Let's address the red flags our community has mentioned. One major one is failing to disclose any tax debt on your N-400. If you owe taxes but checked no to the question about failing to file or pay, you must correct this during the interview. Don't wait for the officer to find it. Proactively state that you'd like to update your answer and provide your payment plan evidence. Another GMC red flag is not disclosing minor citations. While they usually won't deny you, hiding them definitely can. We've seen many of you asking about specific filing statuses in the comments. What red flag are you most worried about for your N-400? Share your thoughts below. Our community is here to support each other through these anxious moments. Arrive 15 minutes early. Pass through security, bring your interview notice and ID. Success starts with being early. The waiting room can be nerve-wracking. Take deep breaths and review your checklist one last time before your name is called. When your name is called, you'll be placed under oath. This is your commitment to 100% honesty for your character requirement. Most interviews start with English and civics. Stay calm, you've studied. Once passed, the N-400 review begins. The officer reviews your application page by page. This is where your tax and employment history come into play. If asked a difficult question about a tax gap, refer back to your evidence. "I have my transcripts here" is a powerful phrase. Handing over an organized folder shows the officer that you are fully prepared and take the process seriously. At the end, you'll find out if you've been recommended for approval. With our checklist, you're aiming for success immediately. Dress professionally. It reflects your respect for the process and supports your good moral character presentation. Recap: IRS transcripts, payment plans, honesty about gaps, and professional presentation. Your pillars of success. Think clearly. File smart. Brought to you by ImmigraFlow. We'll see you next Wednesday.